What's up, hooligans? Today I want to talk to you about Harley-Davidson's new CEO. All right, what's up, hooligans? Today we're going to be talking about Harley-Davidson's current CEO and the new CEO coming up. But let's go ahead and start with the current CEO, Johann Zykes. All right, so Zykes has had a lot of forward-moving ideas, such as the live wire, that probably were maybe a little bit too forward and not so much moving. So when he came in as the CEO in I think it was 2001-ish, 2002, he started this 5-year plan called the Hardwire strategy, which focused on prioritizing the more profitable models like this one. I don't think that was all bad. We got to see things like the Pan American. We got to see things like the new Street Glide and the new Road Glide, as well as the CVO STs. Honestly, these are some of my favorite bikes. My very next bike, or my secondary bike, is going to be a Pan American because I absolutely love Harley's adventure touring. And the Pan American ST is an absolute blast. But what we did see was we saw Harley-Davidson get rid of some of their smaller models and kind of combine their softail models. So what we were left with was things like the Breakout 117. We were left with the Heritage Classic. Also, not both of those bikes, respectively, great bikes. My first motorcycle was a Heritage Classic. Kind of like the replacement, what I think is the replacement of the Dyna, which is the Lowrider S and the Lowrider ST. Also, another bike that I'd be very interested in getting. The second thing that he worked on during this plan was really targeting the more profitable bikes. So they were going for probably, in a sense, quality over quantity of bikes. So a lot of the cheaper bikes, the ones that were more beginner based and something that someone could afford just coming into the motorcycle world, they got rid of those and focused on the bikes they could sell, like this one, for $20K. So the next thing that he worked on was going to be the live wire motorcycle. Actually, we saw it in the Captain America one. I think one of the Captain America movies. Black Widow was riding it. So that was pretty cool. And that was about as cool as it got because it didn't really sell. I had spoke to several dealers. I have several friends at Harley dealers, and they said there was just no negotiating room on those. Even if they were on the floor for a year and a half, you couldn't, it was $15,000. The price could not be negotiated. They couldn't put any deals on them. They didn't really have any kind of promotions for them. So they kind of really just got stuck with this bike that nobody really was interested in trying, because it didn't have, other than it was an electric. And to be honest with you, Harley guys are like Mopar guys. I would say they're, in a sense that when you started making their toys electric, they didn't respond well. So then we had the whole DEI fiasco where Zykes really tried to push certain movements to encompass certain individuals. I remember seeing the videos of Sturgis. They were just dead. People were refusing to go to their tent, to the actual Harley-Davidson booth. And it really, really, really was a heavy hit to the company's already declining sales. So much so that there was a letter released right here. And basically it was somewhat of an apology letter, I guess. Honestly, Harley has been suffering in sales for the past 4 years. It's really just, and honestly, I love their new bikes. I have a 2024 Road Glide. I love the way this bike is built. I love the way this bike performs. I'm hoping in the future to get either a CVO Road Glide or honestly, a CVO ST is more my speed anyways. I like the new Street Glides. I do like some of the things they did, but the problem is that some of these bikes, or if not all of these bikes, are just not beginner bike priced. I mean, there's a lot of technology to go into this, and I do not want to take away from the men and women who make these bikes, who design these bikes. They have to get paid. The companies that design the products, that cut and machine everything that goes into these bikes, they also have to get paid. I understand that there's a lot of things to go in, but my day job, I'm in logistics. I would like to get paid to transport these. So part of that is all wrapped up into the cost of this, but there has to be a option of motorcycle that is still of a Harley-Davidson quality, but that gives you that Harley-Davidson feel, but can be priced in a way that new riders can come in the door with a warranty on their new bikes. Because as everybody knows, when you're a new rider, you're going to do stuff to your bike, you're going to mess it up, or you might get a bike, it breaks down, you really don't know how to fix it. Having that warranty on some of these newer bikes for newer riders, for that peace of mind, if you're not mechanically inclined, that's actually a pretty positive thing. So to each their own, ride your own ride, obviously. Artie Stars, he's the guy. Is he going to be Harley-Davidson's knight in shining armor for their declining sales? I don't know. But I will tell you, I'm a numbers guy, and numbers don't lie. I have a good feeling on why they made this decision, why the board of directors and things made this decision going with Artie Stars. During his time at Pizza Hut, Artie Stars led the company into a massive growth, up to 18,000 plus locations across, I believe, 4 different countries. Between 2021 and 2002, he grew Topgolf under his leadership. Well, I don't want to say he grew. I think everyone at Topgolf was involved, obviously. But under his leadership, Topgolf grew $700 million. So it went from 1.1 billion with a B to 1.8 billion with a B. And in total, at his time at Topgolf, he has grown Topgolf $4 billion. Topgolf has been really big in reaching the younger generation of riders, which would be, I'm at the top of that age, so my age and down. The younger millennials, the Gen Zers that are coming up, Harley is really not touching any of them. Okay. Even me on the fence, I was like, should I get a Kawasaki H2, a BMW M1000 RR? But then I was like, hey, I got a wife. I want her to enjoy this hobby with me. So I was like, I wanted a bike that was sporty, but also could tote some stuff and carry me. So I went with the Road Glide. The king of the baggers racing was one of the reasons I picked the Road Glide. My bike, as you know, has a stage 2 511 cam as a Screaming Eagle tuner. This thing is wicked. Artie Stars has a knack for reaching the younger generation and making things mainstream. So in that aspect, Harley-Davidson is saying, hey, our customer base is aging out. Our bikes are priced accordingly to the quality that we think that they are, and we need to be able to make these things a lot more mainstream now. So how do you do that? Well, you bring in a guy who made something like golf mainstream and fun again. It's 2 + 2 = 4. Growing up, I never thought golf was fun. It was kind of lame. I was like, golf is boring. You got to be quiet because everybody's telling you whatever. Now going to Top Golf is like an awesome experience. It makes me want to try going to golf courses. Um, he really brought this industry that had a dying and aging out customer base into the mainstream, something that everyday normal people want to do. And this is really exactly Harley's issue. It was like golf back then. Harley is really struggling. They have a strong core base, but they're aging out. They're going to be gone in the next 30 years. You know, that's assuming someone lives to 70, 80 years. They want to bring in this guy who's really good at reaching out and pulling that generation in and getting that business and that revenue and that expansion that they want on the mainstream. And I think that this is really one of the main reasons that they have selected or accepted Artie Starr as the new CEO and president. What's up, guys? So that's everything I had to talk about today. I know it was a quicker video. Had a long work week this week, didn't get home till last night. So before you go, I will tell you guys, if you haven't picked up your freak mount, this thing is awesome. I don't go anywhere without my freak mount. It's freaking magic. It can literally stick anywhere. All right, guys, and if you made it this far, please go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time on Horsepower Hooligan. Artie Starrs has a knack for touching that younger. I'm not going to say that. That's going to go to blue. Boy, I need some media training. Anyways.